What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shay McCray Show, and I'm sitting here with author, actor, writer Jermel Howard. How are you?
Great. Thank you for having me.
You look very comfortable.
Well, I mean, it took a minute, but
it took a minute.
Yeah, I settled in.
You settled in, all right.
Yeah,
well, I'm happy to have you.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Okay. You came from New York, huh?
Yes. Well, technically Jersey.
Okay. And I heard you say it's colder here.
It is. It was a little sleet out there, but it was still in the 30s.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got here, it was like 14 degrees.
14 degrees, right?
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
No.
In Atlanta,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
And I live in Miami. I'm ready to go.
This ain't even it.
Listen, I'm like, why did I pick this week again?
And you over here with the back out. You still in
You're not
Miami.
supposed to. We inside. If you inside, you could do this.
You could do that.
Yeah. See, even though it's still cold. But anyway.
The last time it was like 14 degrees here, the whole city was shut down.
So I was a part of it. I was
there?
here.
I was there.
Yeah. You was here too?
I came from the airport at 8 I got here like 9 something in the morning, 10, and I didn't get into the house until 10 p.m. the next day.
The next day?
The next day.
So where were you, on the highway?
Moving, trying to get, just literally finding my way. We had to go in the mountains.
So you was one of the ones stuck in the car all night. How did y'all survive? That's interesting. What about the food? How did y'all survive? Gas. A lot of people was running out of gas. What type of stuff?
Gas stations were packed with cars that were left out. Everybody just left their cars and walked. So the highways, you couldn't even get off the highway because people left their car at the thing. So after a while, when you turn in on the highway, and everybody's car starts to slide to the middle.
Yep.
So I got off. I made the person get off, and we navigated through this. I saved somebody too.
Did you? Look at you saving lives, not only in movies.
You know what I'm saying? I really do this out here.
Okay.
Nah, this lady, her car was sliding down. We went into the mountains and her car was sliding down. She was like, "Can you help me? My car is like." I was like, "First of all, get out the car because you're gonna slide down the mountain." And she got out the car, and we put a bunch of leaves and grass and all kind of stuff in front of her tires and stop her car from sliding. And but yeah, it was a 2-day situation.
Yeah, okay.
And navigated through.
Well, here you are again in this cold front,
That's right.
All right, let's you got a lot going on. So
sure do.
The first time I saw you, the first time I met you, right? Mm-hmm. It was on another TV set.
Yes.
Yeah, TSC Network.
Yep. You was doing the thing.
I was your first interview, right?
That's right. One of them,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Here in Atlanta.
Yep.
You had just did the first purge at that time.
Yeah, that was my first interview for that.
Yep.
For that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you also was doing what was the other movie you did?
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage. That's
Luke Cage.
right.
And the first Purge, actually, they just did a re-release of it on Netflix. It's the top movie on Netflix right now.
Okay.
Yep.
I heard that plug.
Yeah.
So go watch it.
Go watch that. And we'll be back.
Okay, that's what's up. But since then, you made your way to Power, BMF, Law and Order. Mm-hmm. So many others, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about the casting for BMF.
Okay.
How did you get that role? Because you played a little, you was a bad boy.
Yeah, I was basically the plug for Meech, the Detroit plug.
Yeah.
And how I got it was, through 50, I was in Power, so it was he just kept me rolling in. Shout out to 50, keep it rolling.
Keep it rolling. I noticed about that he keep it in tune, kind of like with Tyler Perry, you know what I'm saying? Like they make sure they stay.
Indeed.
Yeah. To his people.
Well, and 50 is that type of dude, man. He's shout out to 50, seriously. He's amazing dude, man. And I can call him and he'll pull up and listen to what, I've pitched him, showed him ideas.
Oh, really?
And I'm in the bar across the street from Madison Square Garden.
So he outside right now? I'm just checking.
He out of state right now.
Oh, he out of state. Okay.
But he done pulled up. He pulled up to surprise me a couple times. But
that's what's up.
Yeah, he's awesome. But BMF, because that family, it kind of rolled over into
So you didn't have to cast. He said, I got a role for you. I need you to.
I still read for it.
Okay, you still read for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to do that, by the way. Like I like
you want to know if that's someone you can embody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I want to feel a piece of that before we even get there. I want to just, and I like the pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, here, do that, perform it. Let me see. And it's the pressure that makes the thing come out. You know, makes your creativity come out, and then those little nuances and things come out.
So you just knew you was the plug on.
Yeah, I was the plug.
You was
and
the plug.
And you know, shout out to Lil Meech too. Like they didn't continue to carry. I didn't die, so I was supposed to really be in the next season. But they moved from Detroit into Atlanta faster than the actual storyline was. So they didn't. Because I'm asking 50, like, yo, what happened? You know, he's supposed to have been doing some translation. He was like, well, you know, I'm not I don't know. These writers, man. You know, the writers go in a different direction.
That's how he said.
I was like, I know it ain't his fault. He's like, I ain't writing it. So, you know.
Okay.
So, but it was dope.
I was, you know, seeing you on that screen when BMF, I was like, that's what's up. Like, all right, that's what's up.
Yeah, I had fun too.
So Power, Power, you had a good role, big role in that one too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How was it working on Power?
Power was, man, it was so. It almost was overwhelming because, you know, this was like the #1 show in the country.
Yeah.
You know, especially at that time when it just had started breaking, and everybody was like, yo, pow. And I was so addicted to the show before I even, you know, got on the show. And then when I actually got called to be on the show, Courtney was like, yeah, you know, we already knew your name, you know, knew who you was, but we was just trying to find a way to fit you in.
Gotcha.
And I was like, oh, so you been on me like that?
You know what? That's what's up.
You know, but yeah, it was
and then
dope,
Treach, you played Treach in the Salt and Pepper.
Yes, iconic
How
role.
was that? You don't give me like you look like Treach.
No.
I mean, you did that. You did it. You played it.
Yeah.
But
so in the movie, you know, when you throw the cornrows on or something, you know, at that moment, but you got to transform into that.
What made you like audition for that role?
I was in LA. I got called to read for it.
Okay.
Shout
Did
out
you show
to
up
Leah
with braids?
Daniels. Let me tell you how I showed up.
How you showed up?
Now we in LA.
Okay.
So you know, Treach is from my area.
Yeah,
now, you know,
Jersey,
I'm from New York, but he's right there from Jersey.
Yep.
So I know that energy already. So I'm like, and I go into the audition and I'm looking around and I see, you know, it's a couple people from LA, a couple
West Coast.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm about to get this right here. I went back out. I went and got me a wife beater. Went and got a chain. I had the chain, like the Home Depot big chain.
No, you did.
With the lock on it. I got it all. I came in there. I was Treach. I was like, what's up? Yeah. And they was like, yo. And shout out to Leah Daniels. Casting director, she's dope too.
Yeah, that's what's up. And how did you do the braids? The braids, was that like a unit?
Yeah, I had a do-rag on.
Oh,
so,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but when we did it, they put the braids on. You know, I
Treach
cut
is
my
a little
hair.
buff though, so what?
Well, you know, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. Hold up now, because this morning, you know.
What happened this morning?
Yeah, this morning after my couple push-ups.
Okay.
You know, like,
they pop out.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to catch that one later.
You know,
okay.
It's depending on the role.
I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to do a show in the summertime to catch that.
That's right.
I got you.
Now I could easily go get the T-shirt out the car. Like, don't threaten me with a good time.
We don't want you freezing out here. You know, we don't want nothing. You know, shriveling up because it's cold. You know?
Right.
So, what inspired you to pursue your career in acting, though?
I started out in music, and what I noticed was I didn't know too much about the business of music, and when I finally got a manager, quote unquote deal, I got taken advantage of. So I was touring. I was actually opening up for Fat Joe.
Okay.
And,
so you was a rap artist?
Rap artist. And I opened up for Fat Joe, and I met a guy backstage, and he was just like, yo, you should get into the film thing, man. You got good look, you got good character. Why you try to get into the acting thing? And I never thought about it until then.
Until then.
Yeah. And that's what ultimately led me into it. It was that I wasn't really making no money in music. I was opening up shows and I was doing everything I was supposed to do and didn't know that I had a deal and they got money for me. And so I'm still in the street, kinda. you know, and
I mean, that's what happened. One Mary J walking around the projects.
Right. You
know,
feel
it
me?
happens,
That's
speaking of music, you have a little history with Fubu though, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
This is a tell-all show. No,
yeah.
No, what? So let's talk about that. What happened?
Well, I had at that time I was when Fubu was like really hot, and I had a.
They still hot. What you mean was?
Yeah.
Back then though.
Back then.
Okay, I got
the
you.
beginning hot stages.
Okay.
I had a friend that he was kind of like acting as my manager, Tace Warren in Low, and he had presented the idea, yo, listen, y'all should sign him.
Okay.
You know, because this could be the Fubu first artist, you know. So what ended up happening was, I believe they went and got LL to do the song, and then
but tell us your version. Like what happened was they looked at LL and you put him first. No,
right. Well, it was for marketing. It was like a marketing ploy.
Okay.
Like let's do LL. He's a bigger name or whatever, but. LL wasn't their artist.
Okay.
You know, so it would have made more sense to sign me
and
then put LL on the song with me.
Let's tell the story right now. Look, no.
Right, and put LL on the song with me, and then you got your artist, and you got LL. You knock all, to check all the boxes. But yeah, they end up going to L, which was a good decision marketing wise anyway, because he blew the song up, and it kind of like blew the thing up, but it would have helped to have your artist on there.
It would have helped to have the artist. It would have helped to have the artist on
your artist on
there. He would have showed up with Fubu and not Triple OG on his shit.
You see?
Do you ever think back to where you probably would have stayed in the music industry versus still, going into because you're full blown actor.
Yes.
Look, no, I think I saw you put a major network actor.
100%.
I was laughing. I said, I don't think I've never seen nobody wrote that.
You gotta let it
it's
be
like,
known.
I'm not on Tubi.
Yeah.
I'm not, no offense to Tubi and that. I'm not on Tubi, but we major network over here.
Network
so
actor. I have to put that thing out there.
Yeah.
Well, like my thing is, when I started in film, I believe that, I started in music, I believe that everything has steps, you know what I'm saying? And it don't matter, you got a house that got 16 floors, you could jump to the 16th floor, but you won't have to go up the steps or go up some type of levels to get there no matter what.
No matter what.
And everything is different, so I believe that every step was a different thing to get you to where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And you might be in a thing and it might be flowing and this might be but it might lead you to the thing that you really supposed to be doing. And I think that's literally what happened. I was in music. I mean, I love music still, and I still better than probably 97% of people out right now. Oh, really? Correct.
Oh,
100%.
bars?
Look. I spit it. What?
So you still do music?
I mean, of course. That's like root. It's like the root of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of what started the creativity of me. Is like now I'm, I went from writing songs to writing film.
Okay.
But rap-wise, I take you back to the old shop, 24 karat rose gold shop. You ain't never seen what you gonna show Sharp. I'm on mine. Look, masterpiece, Mozart, build it, think it, and bring you on board Noah's Ark.
Okay.
I was the little kid with a cold heart, heating my lap, seat back lower than the go-kart. 7 steps ahead of where my foes are. G's on the block said, that little dude's so smart. I tell them ain't nothing changed for the most part, except for that old Bruce Leroy, I got the glow part. Last dragging, cash flashing, and past bragging, lights, camera, action, now the dough start. I tell these little clowns what they gonna hate now, say I ain't great now, let me give you the breakdown. I'm in movies with Denzel, Cuba Gooding, Jodie Foster. Listen, you better up the offer. It's gonna cost you a Cayenne Porsche or something like that. Shit, I wear all hats, kid. This little dude's never in the right mind frame. You got to play all positions. LeBron James. Nah, let me stop.
Let you stop? Okay, all right.
They ain't ready for none of that.
Listen, that's a true artist when I don't have to say spit.
Yeah.
And you like, what? You questioning my ability?
Bombs away. Let's go.
That's what's up. So, do you write, do you ever present music to any of these
no
soundtracks? Why?
Oh, for the soundtracks, yes. But I don't like for instance, I was being around 50. I never really told him I do music.
No.
You know, and it was crazy because as coming up, I was trying to get to.
But why not? Because I mean, are you afraid of? Oh man, so you stay like the rejection or what? What was it?
I think it's that ain't the thing that got me close to these people.
Okay.
So it's like that played its part in getting me to the level. But this is the new a new era. So I'm not trying to mix it now. If I'm creating my own thing, like I got a movie I wrote, a couple movies I wrote, but I got a movie I wrote called I Got Problems that's on BET Plus.
Oh.
And I got a song on that soundtrack. I got
you know
two songs.
you know I'm an actress too, right? I'm just throwing that in there.
Okay.
That was my plug.
I gotta write you. Man.
You got yeah. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So that was the plug for I Got Problems.
Okay.
BET
Okay.
And,
that was your plug.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got Bid for Love too. That's coming.
So now that you got the plug, do you have your plug now? It's like you don't have a problem getting in or
with music?
With BET Plus?
Oh yeah,
okay.
for sure.
Okay.
BET Plus. I got, and I'm a producer on another project too on BET as well. So the BET is cool, man. It's cool.
So what upcoming projects you have other than?
So Bid for Love 2 is coming. We just finished that. We got my boy Pinky for Friday.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
And a bunch of people in that. We got a couple of artists in there, Dream Doll, and a few other people in there. It's a dope project.
Dream Doll acting now?
Yeah. I got her in a couple things.
Okay, all right.
I got her in another movie too.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I mean, it's interesting that a lot of the reality TV stars now are transitioning over. Yeah. But I know at one point a lot of the directors wasn't like looking to put them in.
Well, still a lot of them ain't.
So how do you feel about working with someone like Dream Doll coming from Bad Girls Club and all that? You know?
Dream is different, I'm gonna say, because she actually she does hold a passion for acting.
Really?
And that's the only reason I even considered connecting is because I kept asking my friend that connected us. I'm like, you sure she's trying to do, you know? He's like, nah, she's trust me. And I was like, all right. And then I sat with her a couple times and seen the energy and seen the passion for it, and she got a passion for acting. So that's one thing. It's just the dedication. Yeah, it has to be there as well. Yeah. But
because I know Erica Mena, she's actually doing her thing with the acting world right now too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You ever saw Stepmother?
No.
Oh man, watch
That's
that.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's good. I'm not gonna lie.
She's good.
I mean, she's you know with the cancel culture is kind of on her right now because of what happened with the calling no girl a blue monkey or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, Spice.
Spice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's your thoughts of that anyway? Like, since we ordered, like, do you think it was a racist?
Yeah.
You think it was racist?
Well, you know, I feel like there's some things that even if you're not coming, you know, with that energy and that tone of thing, there's some things that you got to sacrifice. It's like, all right, let me not say this, because no matter if what my intentions is, it's going to get picked up as that. So
you think women of color, which she is, even though Latino, you think they could be racist?
Yes. Do you understand that some of the first slave owners was Portuguese? So there is, I can't count out racism. It's just that they don't know their history because they would know that they're ethnic, you know what I mean, and doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But because their root originates from Portugal, which is on the European side, that's where the brainwash comes from. So.
All right, I could dig it. It is what it is. I believe the same thing, but for some reason, I don't believe her comment was racist. But we're going to leave that right there, you know, because cancel culture on the rise and all.
Listen,
you know,
we just out here human beings. That's all. You know, you can't canceling human beings for being human.
For being, you know, like it's the freedom of speech. But again, who is there to say it's free? But we had our question of the day. All right, so I just want to know something a little bit more personal about you. So I have some questions in this box. I want you to reach in. You know, right down here. I need you to go on down here, grab a question, and let's see what we come up with.
Let's mix it up. Let's mix it out. We might get that other one.
Let's see what's going on here. What you got going on?
Okay. Ask me something about
what?
Universe.
Oh, the universe? You know, it might be.
Planet, stars.
It might be.
Are you a type of person to relax a press release when you break when you break up.
So are you a type of person to release a press release? Okay. Yes, when you break up with your ex.
To release a press release when I break up with my ex? I am the type of person that after breaking up with my ex, you would never know.
Okay, why?
Because it's never in the eye of public.
Okay, so you don't date publicly?
No.
Why?
I think it's just, it opens doors for mess.
You think so?
Of course.
Oh, so I mean, elaborate a little bit more. Like,
okay, like, if you look at, let's take Denzel Washington.
Okay.
How many times have you heard his name in the press with his wife, or seen them in something, or they out doing this or that? You don't really see that,
you don't.
It's a reason for that, and in his status, and she makes a sacrifice, and he makes a sacrifice as well, and it makes sense for both of them because it keeps both of them out of the energy.
But they're still public though. Everyone knows he's married.
Well, everyone knows he's married, but okay. So when you saying public, you're not saying action. The action of being public. You just saying publicly everybody know that you have a person?
Yes, because I've never known you to have a person.
Yeah, well.
But I know you have people.
I don't have no people. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh.
I'm pretty sure you have people.
I've had a person.
You've had a person
throughout.
Okay.
Yeah.
Throughout your career.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had, not throughout, but I mean, I've been single a long time, but I've had it's different reasons. You know, I've dated somebody that she had kids, and we had a disagreement about the way, you know, how she was handling the kids. I'm big on that. You know, if I'll give you a personal story.
Okay.
I came home, and there was I didn't come home. I called, and the air conditioner was off. It was hot. It was summertime. And the air conditioner was off. This is like a 2-3 level house, and she's like, "Oh, okay, the air conditioner's off. Are you coming?" I was actually working, and I wasn't gonna come home. I was gonna come home the next morning. I said, "I'll come in the next morning. I'll take care of it. You going to work, they going to school."
Gotcha.
Put them downstairs. Meanwhile, downstairs is nice as hell. It's not like you putting them in the basement or some crazy. It's carpet and everything. Remember back in the days, what your mother said, make a what?
Pallet.
Make a pallet on the floor.
Okay.
So make them a pallet in front of the big giant TV. Let them watch and fall asleep there. They go to school in the morning. You go to work, and then I'll come in and handle it. She called a 24-hour air conditioner place. Now we at 1 a.m, and they coming. She didn't know I was gonna come, so I came, and I'm like, "But you know," she was like, "Oh, I didn't know you was coming." I called the thing, and I said, "Why would you do that?" I said, "You know." So now the guy shows up, and the guy is looking. Now it's all girls. She has a bunch of girls. So the guy shows up, and he's looking at me like, "Oh, the dude from Power," like that. He gave me that look, like, you know. So I'm like, so now this dude know where I live at, and I don't be here a lot because if I'm filming in LA or something, you know, and now you just endangered yourself and these kids. Like, why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? I was so dumbfounded to how somebody that has little girls can. I was so upset. I was so upset. I couldn't. That was like, and there was more things than that, but that was like, all right, I can't do this. Okay. You know, so that was one thing.
I see you have a very low tolerance.
Yeah. For things like that, for sure.
Okay.
But
so you don't have any kids, do you?
Yes.
How many kids you have? 3. You have 3?
I have twin daughters, and I have a son.
I never knew that. You do. You definitely keep your life 100%. Private. I see that.
There'll be nobody befriending my daughters just because they know it's my daughters. No.
Yeah, I have 2 myself. I have 2 kids. I have a son and a daughter as well.
See, I ain't know that either. Right? You talk about private life.
You know why? Don't look at don't go to their page. They have nothing to do with what I got going on.
That's my point.
I don't need you following up behind nothing. You don't need to know.
That's why
if I post them, you won't see their tags or nothing.
That's why you keep it private. That's why.
Because I just, you never know what might hit, and someone might go into, it's just what it is.
It's crazy people out there, man.
It is.
Some crazy people.
It's very crazy.
I had a dude hit me. Yo, you remember when we was in the 5th grade? You beat me up. I'm like, go that way.
Right?
I have no idea who you talk about.
Like, with all that anger, you want to get in this movie? No.
Yeah, what?
So where can we see you next? You said BMF, they didn't kill you, but you're not the boy no more.
So the next thing coming out is we have For What It's Worth. For What It's Worth comes out this year on BET Plus as well, and then Bid for Love 2 comes out this year as well. And I'm writing a sci-fi series that is amazing.
Yeah, because you play very diverse roles in a lot of your film.
Yes.
Even with the Marvel, do you see yourself staying in that lane as well?
Yeah, that's what originally. That's why I started writing this this sci-fi thriller, because it was more like I'm not waiting. But I've had some looks though from a couple of things like DC. I've done a read for a DC character, and a couple other things, but it's coming. That's coming for sure. But I'm still gonna be.
Did you try to do Black Panther?
No. And damn, that's the Chadwick Boseman is like one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
Him and of course Denzel. Those are like my 2 top. But Chad, no, I didn't. And there is because of what's happening with Jonathan Majors, though, there is a hole in that area right there that I'm definitely be pushing for sure.
Since we on him, what are your thoughts of that? Like that whole situation with his ex and what they portraying, and being who he is.
It's wrong, man. I just think they handled that wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, and going with what I've seen and what everybody's seen, like the evidence. I mean, she had a mark on her hand. He had scratches on his face. We know that they was at each other maybe a little bit or whatever, but he was the one that was running from her. Yeah. We all seen that. He's like, I'm out. You want to do that? I'm gone. Yeah. And then you gotta. What I learned from people is the only true way to judge a person is intent. Yeah. And that's all you can do is judging somebody's intentions, and that shows the character. So when I'm looking at all the stuff and I notice one thing, that little sound clip of him telling her, yo, you know what I'm trying to do? Like, you got to sacrifice because I'm trying to be like this. And you got like Coretta Scott and this and that. And he didn't know he was being taped. Yeah. So that shows you the integrity and where he was going with what he was trying to do. He's basically saying, you can't be getting drunk. And I had to tell my kid's mom that back in the days when we first had the kids. When we separated, she still was partying the areas that I'm like they know me here, so why would you know what I'm saying? So
talking about they know me.
And that was before the film thing. I was well known, and but
you
so
used to connect there.
Yeah,
what? Jermel, I thank you. I appreciate you really wholeheartely for coming here. 'Cause I know you traveled a long way to be here to do this with me. Yes. I appreciate you. You should have been a producer, but we're gonna talk about that later because you remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
But
put it in there.
You here to tell your story again on one of my sets. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining me today. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep.